Ah, so you've arrived. Good. Seeking answers, are you? Or perhaps you're here for a spark, a flame to ignite your soul. Well, you've come to the right place, because tonight we're diving into a truth so powerful it will set your spirit ablaze. Let's talk about them. The Watchers. The shadows. The eyes that never leave you. Oh, you know who I mean, the ones who dissect every move you make, their gaze heavy with obsession. Yes, your enemies. But here's the thing they'll never say out loud: their fixation on you is their downfall. As you rise, as you soar, their desperate eyes will see only one thing: the unyielding strength of your back as you leave them behind. You know these people. The ones hiding in the corners of their own insecurities, yet glued to you. They linger like vultures, circling above, waiting for a moment of weakness that will never come. Their hate is a cage. And guess what? You hold the key. Every step forward you take, every victory you claim, tightens the chains of their own inadequacies. Their eyes don't just watch, they burn. It sears them to see you thriving, smiling and conquering when they swore you'd collapse. They dreamed of you shattered, crawling beneath their feet, but here you are, soaring above their reach. They don't just hate you. Hate is too shallow a word. They envy you. They covet the audacity you have to be yourself, to shatter their expectations, to rise above the prison they crafted for you. And that envy consumes them. Day and night it eats away at their soul. No matter how hard they try, they'll never match you. And yet, they can't look away. You're not just a person to them, you're a storm, a force of nature they can't escape. Oh, they'll lie to themselves, claiming they're waiting for your downfall. But deep down, they're terrified of what they already know: you are unstoppable. And here's the best part: you don't owe them a glance, not even a fleeting one. The road you walk is too steep, too grand for their small, narrow minds to comprehend. While they waste their lives scheming and sulking, you are building. You are becoming. You've unlocked the truth they will never grasp. Success isn't about tearing others down, it's about elevating yourself. And in doing so, you've left them where they belong, beneath you, trapped in their own bitterness. Let them scream. Let them rage. Let them claw at the air, trying to pull you back. But it's all in vain. Because by the time their hands reach for you, you're already too far ahead, too far above, standing on the peak with the world at your feet and the wind in your hair. Look down if you wish. What do you see? A swarm of desperate, insignificant hands, clutching at nothing but their own despair. Their hate was the fuel that drove you. Their envy, the spark that lit your fire. And now, you're blazing brighter than they could ever imagine. Let them watch. Let their burning gaze carve holes into your silhouette as you ascend beyond their grasp. That's all they'll ever have: an untouchable, unbreakable vision of your greatness. But don't think for a second they'll stop. Their obsession with you will only deepen. It will rot them from the inside, twisting their lives into chaos as they try and fail to keep up. While they spiral downward, consumed by their obsession, you will rise higher. Because here's the brutal truth: the more they focus on you, the less they focus on themselves. And that is why you'll always win. Greatness does not chase. It doesn't beg for approval or attention. Greatness simply is. And you are the living embodiment of everything they fear and everything they crave. So what now? You don't slow down. You don't stop. You don't look back. Let their envy fester, let their hate boil. It's not your duty to save them. It's not your responsibility to care. Enemies, you see, are their own punishment. They build their lives around your existence while your life moves forward, untethered by their noise. And that, my friend, is the harshest truth of all. While they waste their days consumed by you, you've already forgotten they exist. And that is your ultimate triumph. And here's the masterpiece of it all: while they chase shadows, while they drown in the echo of your name, you're carving your path into eternity. Every step you take, every mountain you conquer, turns their whispers into screams, their doubts into despair. They wanted you to stumble. They plotted for your fall. But instead, you became a force so relentless, so untouchable, they can't even comprehend the level you're operating on. They've shackled themselves to a losing game, a game where their hatred is the fuel, but their fear is the anchor. And as they try to keep up, they fall further behind, weighed down by their own self-inflicted chains. You see, they've forgotten the most important truth of all: no one can destroy you because you've already mastered the art of endurance. You've thrived in storms that would have obliterated them. You've risen from ashes that would have buried them. Every moment they spend obsessing over you is a moment stolen from their own growth. But that's not your concern. Their failure to evolve isn't your burden to carry. Your energy is too precious, your time too valuable, your destiny too grand to be wasted on those who can't see past their own bitterness. You didn't just rise above them, you've transcended them. You've become a symbol of everything they fear to face in themselves. Every victory you achieve, every dream you manifest, is a mirror reflecting their inadequacies. And yet, they can't look away. It's almost poetic. The very fire they use to burn you is the one that consumes them from within. But don't let their misery tempt you to pity. No, keep your focus. Keep your stride unbroken. Your journey isn't about proving them wrong, it's about proving yourself right. The summit you're climbing wasn't meant to accommodate those who lack the courage to ascend. And as you keep rising, you'll see it clearer than ever. Their noise, their schemes, their hatred, it's all so small compared to the magnitude of your vision. So let them watch. Let them watch in their discontent, because their obsession will never touch your truth. Their envy will never touch your brilliance. You are the storm, the beacon, the fire that they can never extinguish. They are the shadows. You are the light. And the higher you rise, the dimmer their existence becomes. Remember this as you continue forward. Their fixation isn't your problem, it's their prison. Your focus isn't on their downfall, it's on your rise. And in that unwavering pursuit of greatness, you've already won. Keep going. Keep climbing. Let the world watch in awe and let your enemies crumble under the weight of their own obsession. Because while they're stuck in yesterday, you're already living in tomorrow. And tomorrow, it belongs to you. And as you stride further into the horizon, leaving the noise behind, let me remind you of one undeniable truth. They were never meant to walk this path with you. Their role in your story was never as companions, but as stepping stones. They existed to remind you of your resilience, your strength, your unrelenting drive to move forward no matter the odds. Their hatred, it was never personal. It was a reflection of their own fears, their own failures. They look at you and see what they could have been if only they dared to rise. But they didn't. They chose the shadows while you embraced the light. And now that choice haunts them. They thought they could break you, but all they did was forge you into steel. Every whispered word, every plotted scheme, every jealous glare, they were the fires that refined you. Do you see it now? You don't just survive, you thrive, you flourish, you ascend. And that burns them more than anything. Because the higher you rise, the clearer it becomes you were never their equal. You were always destined for greatness while they were content with mediocrity. But here's the twist they'll never see coming. You're not even done. What they've witnessed so far is just the beginning. The victories they can't stomach, they're merely the foundation. The moments they've obsessed over, they're only the opening act. The true masterpiece of your life is still unfolding, and they can do nothing but watch, powerless, as you outgrow every limit they tried to place on you. And you, standing tall amidst the storms they sent your way, you've mastered the most powerful truth of all. Their eyes on you don't matter. Their opinions don't matter. Their envy doesn't matter. What matters is the fire within you, the unshakable belief in who you are and where you're going. So let them talk, let them watch, let them burn. Their anger is just noise, their jealousy just fuel. And you are the one who keeps climbing, keeps soaring, keeps breaking every ceiling they thought would contain you. They thought they could define you, but they've only solidified your greatness. Let this be your final declaration. Their time is over. Their power is gone. You don't just live above them, you live beyond them. Their fixation will fade into irrelevance as you step into the full brilliance of your destiny. You are unstoppable. You are undeniable. And the world has only begun to witness what you're truly capable of. This isn't just your story. It's your legend. And legends, they don't just survive the noise, they rise above it, louder, brighter, and stronger than anything that dared to challenge them. Keep going. Keep rising. The pinnacle is yours. And those left behind? Let them drown in the shadows of the path you blazed. Because here's the truth they can't admit to themselves: they were never strong enough to walk in your shoes. They could never endure your struggles, let alone transform them into victories. They see your light and curse their darkness, but what they fail to grasp is this: your light wasn't given, it was earned. It was forged in battles they could never survive, in moments that would have shattered them completely. Every scar you carry is a badge of honor, proof that you didn't just endure, you overcame. You didn't just rise, you soared. And that, more than anything, drives them mad, because deep down, they know they'll never possess the courage, the grit, or the resilience that defines you. They are spectators to your greatness, powerless to do anything but watch as you carve your name into history. And now, as you stand on the edge of your next breakthrough, look ahead, not back. The heights you're reaching for are too vast for their small minds to comprehend. They'll try to pull you into their chaos, but you've already outgrown their world. Their insults are whispers. Their schemes are dust. You've become untouchable, unshakable, a force of nature they can't escape yet can never hope to match. You see, they wanted you to drown, but all they did was teach you how to swim. They wanted you to crumble, but their pressure turned you into a diamond. And now, as they stumble over the same broken pieces of their own making, you stride forward undaunted, relentless, and fearless. But don't stop now. No, this is just the beginning. The fire inside you burns too brightly. The vision ahead of you is too grand. Let their envy churn, let their hatred boil, because it's powerless against you. You're not here to play small, to appease their fragile egos, or to explain your greatness. You're here to dominate, to conquer, to rise so high that even the memory of their bitterness fades into irrelevance. This isn't just your victory, this is your legacy, one they will study, one they will envy, one they will never, ever be able to replicate. So keep going, keep breaking barriers, keep rewriting the rules. Let the world see what happens when someone refuses to bow, refuses to break, refuses to stop. You're not just winning, you're rewriting destiny. And as for them, they'll forever remain where they belong, in the shadows of the greatness they couldn't touch. Let them simmer in their own regret while you claim the stars. This is your time, your story, your unstoppable ascent. Let nothing and no one stand in your way.